All right, what are 2 to 3 protocols, habits, mindsets, let's call them shortcuts, because everybody likes shortcuts, that you would share related to longevity and a long health span?
Yeah, well, I can only speak from personal experience. So one of the first things I changed was really my nutrition and eating habits. And so I changed a little bit about what I eat, although I am a foodie. So I do take a lot of pride in eating a variety of different foods. And I think that that's helpful too. You don't want to be eating the same thing every day. But I do intermittent fasting during the day. So it's really time limited feeding. So on a work day, I've changed my eating hours. I really have a snack or cold lunch at around between 1:30 and 2. And then I'll have a regular dinner with family, my wife, and so forth. At the end of the day, usually 6 p.m. or so, 7 p.m., sometimes a little bit later if I worked out that night. But usually from like 8 p.m. until 2 p.m. the next day, that's my fasting. I'm on that either 18:6 or 16:8, kind of pathway. And that's worked very, very well for me during the week. And then of course on the weekends, it's kind of like, whatever works, whatever anything goes, so to speak.
Yeah.
I'm not like tied to it. So it's not a daily, it's only the work days, which I find are much easier to deal with. And during that fasting window, black coffee, years ago, it was buttered coffee. But those
Mm.
were the kinds of things that I would do. And it really made a huge change. I mean, way back when we talked about changing my lifestyle, I lost weight and I felt better. I had a lot more energy once I started to make that particular change. The other thing I focus on a lot is sleep. You see the Aura Ring. Obviously, I've been tracking that for, I'm on Gen 3. I've been since the first generation for many years. So it's like 5 or something years, 6 years maybe with
Mm.
the Aura Ring. And I do my very best to try to sleep better. I have figured out that I really can't sleep any longer,
Mm.
because of my work schedule during the week. But I really take a very, very strong approach to trying to hack the system and try to get a little bit more deep sleep. It's always more difficult as you age. And so I've got a couple of things that I do: preparing for bed, turning off the blue screens, got blue blocking glasses, red ones at night. The TV is on, cooling the bed. I've got a, Doc Pro from Sleep Me. Before that, it was the Chili Pad and so forth. So really making sure that my environment is tuned so that I get the deepest and best and quickest sleep that I can during those hours. And then the third thing I would say in terms of, my regimen that I think is the most important is the physical fitness aspect. I'm not really good at zone 2 cardio, so I have to be honest, I'm not so great at that, but I do like to lift heavy things, and I do that twice a week, like I said, pretty hard, so that I can not die on my ski trips.
You gotta have
So
you
that
gotta have life goals.
Yeah, so that's what I do. I mean, it seems crazy, but that, to some perhaps, but those are some of the basic things that have really made the biggest impact for me personally. And everybody's a little bit different. I meet all people from all walks of life at biohacking conferences, the anti-aging conferences, the traditional medical conferences. And I have to say that the people at the biohack aging conferences, they just look better. They look
Yeah.
younger. They have more energy. They have better mood, better attitude, better body posture. They have more success in their life, personally and
Mm.
professionally. It's just an observation. And I can say very, very specifically, because I go to a lot of conferences. I'm asked to speak at a lot of different organizations. I like when I'm involved with the health and wellness world, because I feel like, they're speaking my language, and vice versa. So it's, if anybody's out there, American Academy Anti-Aging this year, December, be there on the podium, but also just hanging out, seeing what's new and what's different, and learning and sharing the great information out there in Vegas in December.
American Academy of Anti-Aging. That's really awesome.